All right, everybody, how you doing? Hey, this is Frostbite. Decided to do kind of a little last minute. Ooh, I got some refraction stuff going on here. Let me fix that real quick. Wanted to do kind of a last minute kind of uh, go check your stuff out type stuff. See if I can get this to work. There we go. That's a little better. Um, and look at some of the Lincoln 2009s. So these scents are going to be early childhood. It's going to be the formative years. Now, the formative years are they're going to be the ones we find probably the most in, but there are some double die reverses on every one of these varieties, depending upon the year. So in Denver, there's going to be one in the last two. Um, what's going on, Frank? How you doing, bud? But on the early childhood and the formative years is where we find most of our double die reverses. I've got two different copper coins pages pulled up. I'm going to be looking at Denver and Philly separately, but I've also got Variety Vista. Now, Variety Vista, I've pulled up some specific items specific to look at because I'm looking at some very few items. Joseph Lopez, as soon as we're done here, I'll set up a stream and you and I can connect and I'll walk you through that stuff. Okay. Um, so again, just wanted to kind of walk through some of these. I'm not going to do a lot. I've got an entire bag of these. What I'm going to do next time is going to sort through them. Just kind of going to go through maybe probably a roll of these, kind of see what we can find, get myself used to seeing some of these. And then again, if you want to chit chat or say something in chat, go ahead. I'm not going to be showing my face on this one. I'm going to be showing the coins because we're more interested in the coins. What's up, Joe McBride? How you doing, bud? So again, uh, this is basically what I'm going to be looking for. So on the obverse of these, I'm going to be looking at the Liberty. Now, see, Coin Junkie, this is what I was talking about. You can see when I move that, you can see how it changes. When I bring it in, it's the nice copper color, but then it shades to blue. And then all my lighting goes to crap. This is a StreamYard issue. When I do this in Streamlab, I can set this stuff up and I don't have an issue. But the coin looks blue. And so I'm losing all of my lighting and my angles. So I don't know how well this is going to work. I'm going to try this and see if I can do this. I can shift the coin around and do that, but if I continue to have this issue and I'm not able to see them, I can get some decent lighting by shifting and lifting the coin. I'm going to try this and see what's going on. I may have to just scrap this later on and pull it up in Streamlabs OBS and do it that way where I can control the balance of the light a little bit better. So we're going to be going there. Hey, enjoyed the variety stream this morning. Outstanding. I'm glad to hear that. We'll be doing, I got some tweaking I've got to do. I've identified some things that I've got to do in my stream for that. So I'll definitely be doing some tweaking. I'm going to do some polling of the audience here on my community page. So be paying attention to that. We'll kind of talk about what people liked, what they didn't like. I know there's a lot of people that aren't interested in this, and that's fine. It's not a big deal. But again, my goal is to give people the best resources that they can or link them with people who know how to do it. So I'm going to quit talking. I'm going to quit yapping. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to make this big. And we're going to be looking at these. I'll talk a little bit about what I'm looking at. So on this particular one, which is the legal one, if you look at the area under the windows, you'll see doubling. In particular, under the third one from the right, that's going to be the one where you see that. Now, obviously, in this example, you don't see it. But Frank Mons with the $5 super chat. Dude, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. I definitely do appreciate that support. On the obverse of these, every obverse, I'm going to be looking at Liberty and the date. These are where the doublings are. The two is going to be primarily in some of these. I'm going to be looking for kind of like the fisheye, the zeros, right? See if there's any uh, thickening at the top or the bottom. On this one, obviously there isn't, but I'm just going to be going through these. When I see the formative years, we're going to be looking very closely at the thumb. We're going to be rotating this. And in fact, I might, I need to look at that one a little closer. So these ones you got to be really careful with because you got to rotate them uh, quite frequently to get the lighting right. You'll see some differences. There are some subtle differences there. If you see, man, these are kind of tough. I'm going to have to zoom in just a little bit on this one. Hopefully, when I zoom this in, I don't disconnect my camera. I've got to come in just a little bit more on this one. but I've had an issue with my camera disconnecting. So hopefully that doesn't happen. So we'll zoom in a little bit more. Again, what we're looking for on this particular variety is we're looking for the doubling on the thumb. Now there's so many of these that it's very, very difficult to get a good idea of what exactly you're looking for because there's so many. I'm going to pull this off just a second and let me do this. I need to put this on something small so that I can get the coin up into there. I had a little piece of felt. Unfortunately, the felt kind of screwed things up a little bit for me. So let's do this and see if that's any better. Okay, there we go. As anybody who does this kind of test, the one thing you want to do is you want to rotate these quite frequently when you're doing this to look at. Yep, Joe McBride, exactly. Exclamation point, find me, puts that stuff in there. It should work it. If it doesn't, yeah, it did. Okay, good. So we'll rotate, we'll look for that. We'll see if that's there. There's some other things that are in here. Now there's a die crack and stuff that's in here. I never see the doubling and stuff on that. You can look for some stuff on the boot. There's a lot of stuff in here that you can find. I'm primarily going to be looking at the thumb. Also look at the first finger too. Yeah, the first finger. So one of the ones that I got from Chuck, the first finger you can see in the book, there doesn't appear to be anything on this one. But again, you want to turn this multiple ways because sometimes you can only see these at certain angles. Whoops, I have lost his finger. I don't see anything on this one. So again, we'll look at that. But again, on the obverse, we're going to be looking really closely at the dates. And then we're going to be looking at Liberty to see if there's anything on Liberty. Again, when you look at stuff like this, that is obviously machine doubling. So the key with machine doubling is to rotate it, see if it goes away. If it goes away, then you know that it's not there. And you can see that doubling there, what appeared to be there on the B disappeared. So obviously there's nothing there. There's no thickening, and the Y is a good one to look for. Nothing on this coin. I'll go ahead and throw that in. But again, the early years, again, most of the stuff that you're going to find on the early years is going to be in the window and in the door. Not seeing anything there. Nothing on the door, so we'll flip it over and look at the obverse. Look at that Liberty. Probably zoom back out a little bit. Let me zoom back out just a hair. Hey, David Carlisle, how's it going? Silent Silver Stacker, thanks for coming in. I'm glad you learned a lot. That's the premise of this channel, is to kind of go through some of these things and talk about that. I think that's a little bit better. But again, Joe, this is what I was talking about with the issues I was having with my lighting, is that the white balance is changing on me, and I can't figure out why it's doing that. I think I'm just going to have to do this in OBS Streamlab. Nothing there in the date. We'll go ahead and come back here. Again, when we're looking at the legal, we're going to be looking at those windows. This one's a little bit difficult because it looks a little cheesed up. Not seeing anything in the windows. What we're looking at is at the bottom of the window. You'll see if there's any doubling there. Right now, I don't see any. It's usually on that third one. Let's see if I can grab a pencil or a pen. What I'm talking about is right in here. So you're going to see kind of some doubling under that window. It's that ledge that's kind of doubled down. You'll see it in one of these two areas. I don't see it in this particular one. So we'll flip this over. I need a better way. I need to get one of Chuck's sticks that he uses to do this. Obviously no doubling there, and not seeing anything there. Now I can look at the eyes and stuff like that, but I'm not going to be able to see any of that either. That's one thing I do have to learn a little bit better, is to see the doubling that's located there. Not seeing anything in the date. Nothing in Liberty. And then we're going to be looking for this window again. Not seeing anything on those. And again, I got my reference up for these particular ones. So what I'm utilizing for those is the Wexler and Variety Vista. For these particular ones, if you look at the very bottom. Now there is another one that you can see, and if you look at this column, oh man, I don't know if it's on this one or if it's on the other one. I have a hard time remembering this one. Um, I think this is on the other column. I think this is under, I think this is on the other one. It's not on this one. That's on the professional years, the one with the uh, lighthouse on it. It actually has a doubled, there's a double die coming off of one of the columns underneath the window. And you can see that, but it's not on this one. This coin, you're not going to be able to see that there. It's too cheesed up. And then again, this coin has seen better days. So not seeing anything on Liberty and not seeing anything on the 2009. Again, I wish I had, hey, Sissy, how are you doing? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you being in here. Um, just trying to look at these. I wish I could keep my white balance, but again, you can see that white balance change and then all of my lighting and my contrast changes. So I've got to shift these a little bit to where I can get those. Uh, doesn't make me very happy, but I think from here on out, again, you're looking at the doubling under those windows, not seeing anything there. And then again, come over here and check and see if you have anything doubled. Nothing there. So I hope everybody's doing well. So how many people were in the game this afternoon? How many, or this morning, excuse me. How many people enjoyed that? Now, I know that it was kind of convoluted. There were a bunch of things that needed to be done. I do have some improvements to make. I need to look at that third window a little bit better. No, it's nothing. It was just the light. Um, Aunt Laura said she missed it. Yeah, not a problem. No big deal. Uh, what I want to gauge is I know that was pretty complicated. I'm trying to think of ways to, um, thanks, Sissy. I'm trying to find ways to make that a little bit more conducive to uh, game style, where it's really trying to get the information that you need um, in order to play the game really properly, kind of well. And I think by doing the little Larry on there, as Chuck would say, um, actually looks like some water spots or something. Um, Trying to find a way to give everybody a really good insight as to what they're looking for prior to the start of this, so that, hey, Paula, how you doing? You want to come up and keep me company and tell me how bad I'm doing at looking for these things? If you want to come up, holler at me and I'll throw the link in there for you. Um, but again, most of these are, well, they're kind of a hodgepodge mix, but you'll see a lot of the later ones. Not seeing anything on the columns there. I'm retiring in 2 weeks. That's awesome, Aunt Laura. Um, how many years? It's awesome. I always love to hear people happy about what they're going to do with the next chapter of their life. That's pretty cool. Nothing here. Paula, do you want to come up? Oh man, that is not a nice thing to say. I have nothing better to do. Oh, I know Paula. She means it in a good way. There you go. There's the link. I know she's not meaning it to be rude. She's just giving me grief. It's what she does best. I wouldn't have it any other way. Paula's good people. So again, not seeing any doubling on this one. 20 years as a DMV clerk, sold my house and moved into Florida. Well, best of luck to you. What are you going to do when you get there? You just going to retire and lay low and take it easy and relax? That is a piece of material. It is nothing on the coin. Nothing there. Paula rocks. Speak of the devil.
Hello.
Hello.
I am not going to be able to help you on these. I mean, well, I can. I just don't want to.
That's fun.
I'll
Yeah.
just watch you do it.
Well, some of these are really tough, and the unfortunate part about this is that whenever I get this, so like if I remove the coin, you can see I got my white balances there, and then the coin comes in nice copper, and then it
Uh-huh.
changes and it turns blue. So when I do that, all the lighting, all my shadows disappear,
Yeah.
and so it's like so it's really hard to do this. Hi, Amanda.
You don't want to see any
We
shadows.
have like 3 whole emails left in the inbox.
I know.
You guys
Actually,
have
we only
caught up.
have two. We only have two. And we're caught up. I know. Can you believe it? Crazy. We got so many emails. We're gonna have a big show tomorrow. Big show. A
You guys
really
got a
big
good show
show.
going for tomorrow?
A really big show.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All
Fun
right.
stuff.
So here's a trivia question for you. You just had a really big shoe.
A really big
What's that
show.
from?
Ed Sullivan.
Ed Sullivan. And we got a really big shoe. All right. So there's something else that's off the columns on these particular ones. And I think it's off the middle column. And it's like a little, but I can never remember because there's the 3 columns up front. I think it's the middle column that there's something there.
Uh,
It's not on the coin, clearly, but I don't see it now. But I want to look at something on that 3rd column.
I don't know. There's I don't know. There's stuff in the windows, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, see, this is the problem that I have with my light. So when we take this here, those columns kind of fade away, those NQ's columns
Mm-hmm.
kind of fade away, so I no longer see it. So this is a better picture
Yeah,
of the
they're little tiny little fly poop.
yeah,
No,
it's insane to try to find these. It's crazy.
yeah, tiny, teeny, tiny, dinky, little, yeah. I don't know.
So
I don't look for them.
which yeah, I know. I'm basically looking for the formative years ones. I've
Yeah,
got
I
a
don't look.
whole
I
bunch
don't
of
look
these.
for those either anymore. I leave that up to Coin Junkie.
Coin Junkie does a lot of these.
I know he does.
Yeah, Coin Junkie knows these really well. Coin Junkie is the one that I need to have up here. Um,
Yep.
I don't think there's anything on the reverse of these
By
ones.
Kinomine.
I think
Yeah, there is.
is there?
There is, but yeah, there's lots of them, several of them, but they're just so tiny. Teeny tiny in the windows. In the
Yeah.
window.
Well, I'm not sure that I want to go that route. I'll leave
Mm-mm.
that to somebody with better eyes. Plus, with my
Yeah.
camera right now, I'm not going to be able to see it very well. I'll stick with the obverse and the reverse. Hey, Amanda, do you want to come up and chit chat? You're
Amanda.
already.
Yeah, because Amanda's so chit chatty.
I know, I know, but she could say, "Hey, stop! Look right there." But she's like, "I can do that from chat." I appreciate you guys coming in. I just wanted to do this. I was like, you know what? I missed Saturday, missed chit chatting.
Yeah,
Well,
you
that one's
do.
ugly. I think I'm just
I'm
going to clear
glad you
that.
did this. I had nothing else going on.
Yeah, and I love
I
the way
was
you said
winding
that.
down from that ridiculous stream, that ridiculous short you had to share with me. Anyway,
Oh,
uh,
so
I'm
I know
so
how you get
triggered.
worked up. I know how you get set off.
Oh, I am so
That
triggered.
just made me mad. I was like,
Have you looked at some of the other ones? Like, so if you look at their old stuff, that little red-haired little Mikey dude isn't in them.
yep.
So I think they just brought him in to do like PR stuff or whatever. He's annoying as heck, and every single one of his coin shorts that he does is like wrong, like
Well,
just crap. It's all crap, crap.
I was very clear. Door frame, triangle above the door. Uh, oh, you're
Door
talking
frame and title.
on the
Yeah.
other one, the DC one.
Yes.
Get out of the bathroom. I gotta go. Door frame and triangle above the door. So EMR, you're going to have to help me out. That's very cryptic. I'm assuming that you're talking about the
Hang on, I'll be right back.
no problem. The family beckons. Not seeing anything on these ones. I know that there's probably more. Now there looks like try to get a better angle of that one. So
Oh, they brought me a cheeseburger and French fries.
oh, good family.
I know they feed me when I'm good. When I behave myself, they feed me.
That sounds
Yeah,
terrible.
look, I'm telling you, those are so tiny in the little windows that, I mean, I don't know. Look, you do you, boo.
Well, yeah, I'm only looking basically for like 2 or 3 items. Okay, so here's right here. So if you see under that, if you see under the third window, so if you're looking from your right, under that third window,
What about it?
no, it's not there. Never mind. It was the light. Dang it.
Oh,
I was hoping
yeah.
that was one of them because it looks like no,
Yeah,
it's just
there's
light.
a couple that are just like an extra little window ledge. Little window ledge, but
No, it's not one.
none of
Oh,
them are cherry pickers varieties.
Wonder if let me see if I can do that one. Does that help me any? If I put the coin over here, that's a little bit better. I'm getting better lighting there. So let me see if I can change that. So yeah, some of these are really, really tiny. I have a really difficult time seeing them. But again, a majority of these are coins that, I think these came from Chuck actually.
Nice.
So he's like, I haven't looked through these. And that's why a majority of them are this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chuck's like, here, you want to look for
Yeah,
them?
here,
Here you
enjoy.
go.
So, okay. So now if you look
Knock
under,
yourself out.
okay, so here's one. So under the second window,
Under the second what?
right? Hold on, let me get there. Right there. Yep.
Yeah, not seeing it.
Let me rotate this.
I'm not sure that that's not normal because look at the one on the bottom underneath it. If you go one over on the bottom, has that same little lippy thing on it, little ledge.
Yeah, but down at the very, very bottom, right in the center of it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that normal? I don't think it's normal. Hold on, I'm gonna get to the other images.
I think it's normal. I think it's normal.
Yeah, because see, I don't see that in the other images. I don't see that item at all. So there is something to look at. So
You can look at, understand that you're gonna have a lot of plating issues on those coins too. See, look at all the little, look at how, see all the little texture and everything in the plating.
yeah.
So you got to get past that too. Yeah, the zincs drive me crazy too, sissy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it
mute
may not be. Because when I pull it up against the light, I still see the little lip at the bottom, but I don't think that's anything. But it kind of disappears when I put it up that way. I don't know. I'm going to set that one aside because I still think that's something there. I know somebody who actually
set
looks
it
at these a
aside
lot.
and look at it with your loop.
Say again.
Set it aside and look at it with your loop.
Well, I got my loop right here. Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Loopy.
I'm not seeing it.
Well, you can't see through my loop because it's
I
not
can't see through your loop.
electric. It is not.
Yeah.
It is not.
Always
Always
check
loopy.
yourself with your loop. I look at everything through my loop first, but some people, I think Adam does it the opposite. I think he does the scope and then the loop. I don't know, but I do the loop always first.
Oh, you want me to tell you what I did?
Maybe.
So I told you that I had to go back and see my eye doctor because my right eye is really sensitive.
Right.
Yeah. So I've got to find out what's going on with that. If this is something I got to live with the rest of my life, or
I hope
if there's
not.
something that they can do about it. But I'm
Yeah.
not complaining because my vision is so much better than it ever
That's
was.
awesome.
And so she was like, "Well, what do you do?" And I was like, "Well," I told her about my job, and I'm an analyst. I look at data and computers all the time. And she goes, "What about hobbies?" And I was like, "Well, I love numismatics. I love to look at coins and stuff." She goes, "I got an idea." She goes, "What if I give you like a 7 times magnifier on the bottom of a pair of bifocals?"
Nice.
She goes, "Because then that would free your hands up, and then you just have to bring the coin up, and then you could do that." I said, "Make it a 10x, and we'll do it." So I'm going to buy me a pair of those. They're basically going to be
Nice.
prescription style loops.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
it was really cool. I was like, "She's
Heck
a
yeah.
stud."
Heck
So
yeah.
I'll,
But that will strengthen that eye too.
yeah, it makes them look at it. But the thing is that I'll still look at it through the loop,
Yeah.
right? That's something I'll still be able to do, but um, I won't have to. I'll be able to actually kind of just look at coins without that.
See, Eric does it the opposite too. He scopes first and then confirms it with the loop. Why do it that way? If you have to confirm something with your loop, why not just look at it first with your loop?
Well, I can tell you why. I can tell you why I'm not doing that right now.
No, I'm talking to Eric. I'm asking. No, I know you. I'm just asking Eric because he says he confirms or dismisses it with his loop, which means that his loop is better. So why not just look at it with the loop first and skip the other steps? Eye strain. I know that is true. It does cause a lot of people eye strain.
Yeah,
It
after
is
a
true.
while, it definitely does.
Mm-hmm.
That one, the one on the column there on the far right column, that one always gives me fits because if it's on the other side, it's the right thing. But if it's on the right side of that column, it's not. It's normal. So I have to look at that very carefully. And I really hope that I
I don't
doubt.
look at those at all. I just don't. The only ones I'll look at the log cat, the let's see, that's the early years. I'll look at that sometimes because there is some nice doubling on the little outside where the logs like show just the ends of the logs. There's some nice doubling on those. And I'll look at those every once in a while. But for the most part, it's just the formative years or looking for the DDOs. So because there's some really nice DDOs. And there's some DDO and DDR combinations on those formative years.
Yeah, I'm looking. There's DDOs on every item. So whether it be, uh,
There is? I didn't know that.
hey, looky, looky,
Hello.
hi,
Hey, I know you. I know you.
how are you, Amanda?
Pretty good.
I'm so glad you came up.
Yeah, the corner of the cabin, David. Yep.
I'm not even looking at that one because it's horrible. So
Yeah.
tell me what else I need to be looking for, or what are the items that people should be looking for when they're looking at this stuff?
If you're asking me, if you're going to look at them, look for anything because there's always a possibility you could find something new. So if you're going to look at them, you might as well look at everything anyway on it because you could find that's how you find new discoveries. So if you're taking the time to look at it, just do the little clock and look at everything.
Got it.
That's
So
my opinion. I don't know.
what kind of finds have you had, Amanda? Anything cool?
She has.
Not recently.
Not recently. She hasn't had time to look at anything herself recently.
She's like, I've been dealing with emails. So any kind of sneak peek about what kind of goodies you got tomorrow? Or is that a hush-hush thing?
Well, it's not a hush hush thing for me. I'm going to eat my cheeseburger for a minute, though. Amanda can talk your ear off. I'll just let her, I'll let her take over the conversation for a minute so I can eat my
And it's like,
cheeseburger.
I don't want to talk. I just want to say hi.
Well, she came up, so.
Well, I don't have time to talk because somebody has to finish the presentation for tomorrow.
Oh, and that
Snap.
somebody must be you.
Oh, snap.
Unless Paula wants to do it.
Yeah, hold your breath. I will only do slides if I absolutely have to do slides. Other than that, it's Amanda, and if it's not Amanda, then Shannon's doing them.
Well, I thought I was going to have to get him to do all of them.
Why?
I've had the flu this week.
Oh my
Oh, no.
gosh. We need to get her healthy. She needs to quit hanging around all those snot-nosed children. That's what the problem is.
What's on his boot? What is it you're supposed to look for on his boot?
A die crack.
And it's on the left foot, right? The left boot. Yeah, I don't see anything there. I really need to do something about this lighting. So when I use my Streamlab, I can set the white balance and I don't have to worry about it changing on me. But on this one, it's just the camera controls it here, and unfortunately, it's not very good. I can grab my book on those if you want, Eric. That would be cool. I'm not looking at that one. That one's ugly. That one's a little bit better. I'm hoping I can at least find something. I can't believe I found the DDO when we were doing the penny box search. I wasn't really even looking, and I was like, oh my God, it's doubled. And that was a good one too. I think it was like was it FS 502? Ended up being a really good one. I keep forgetting to look at the initials. The initials are always a good place to look. Nothing there. Grab a few more of these. So what's everybody else doing? Anybody else having fun? How you been, Frank? What's your day been like? So Sissy, are you driving or are you home? Derek's like, hold on. Oh, you gotcha. Going to see better days. In the bunk near Paso Robles, California. All right. Well, safe journeys, my friend.
Okay, I'm done. I had to chew my cheeseburger.
Say that
But
again.
I had to correct your thing there, and I corrected you in the chat.
You corrected me.
I
What?
was chewing my cheeseburger.
FS 802. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I know, but it was still really cool to find.
It was very cool. That
Or
was
they
really
look,
cool.
yeah, like, whoa,
I
hey,
know.
hey.
That's the best time when you find stuff that's just like,
You're
oh my
not even
gosh.
looking, it just jumps out at you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think most of these are going to end up being this variety, or this uh lawyer series. What is it called? Career lawyer, right?
Is that no, that's the president.
No,
I don't
it's
know.
not. Is that the presidency?
Presidency.
No, the presidency is the Washington is the one with the Washington monument on it.
So that's I don't know. There's the early life. There's the
This is
formative
Professional life.
years. The
this
what?
one is Washington right here.
What's it called?
That's the Washington. So this is career Washington. The other one's like career legal.
Career Washington. No.
I think the other one's professional life.
Yeah, professional
Professional
life.
life, PL.
Yeah.
And then professional
Professional life.
Washington. It's PL and PW. EC, early childhood, FY, formative years,
Formative years. Yeah,
PL,
presidency.
professional life, and then professional Washington.
I don't know what professional Washington is. The presidency. I don't know.
Or presidency Washington. Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
I don't remember.
Whatever. Whatever.
So these ones are these little itty bitty windows, right?
Yeah. Little itty bitties.
I'm not looking for those. You stick with the obverse. I really would like to find something at least cool.
I just have see how there's so much texture and stuff on those.
Yep.
It just makes it so hard to see anything in those little windows and stuff like that. It really, I mean, they're not all like that, but the majority of them are. They have that weird planchet striations, and the thinner the copper plating is, the more you get planchet striations like that, and then you get all the bubbling and the plating blisters and ew.
So that doubling in the pane is a thing, by the way.
It is a thing.
You talking about the thing that I talked about earlier that I said wasn't a thing?
The
one that had the
double
little-
window pane. No, it
Yeah.
is, Eric. It's just not on that one. And the what he was seeing, it was showing on the bottom window too. It was not doubling. But there is a I think it's DDO 2, I think 002 that has, I don't know, there's one of them that has the double window underneath the window pane. It's got 2 window panes. It's a pane.
It is a pain. I'm looking for them as a pain. Now I understand why people don't like to look at these ones.
Oh no.
But you
The
can't find
formative
what you
years
don't
are
look
fun.
for.
Formative years are fun. Those extra thumbs are, extra fingers. Those are fun to look for. And like 9 times out of 10, you're going to have something. So
Okay, so this is the door, right?
0s and 3 are panes. Okay. Yeah. See the little loggy things on the end, the little nubbins?
Yep.
Yeah. There's some good double dice on that. I'm not sure if there is anywhere else. I just know of those. And it's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious.
The ones on the end there.
Yeah.
Are they all over the place, or they're only in a certain area?
I think they're all over the place. There's several. I mean, there's lots of them, and some of them are more obvious than others, but they are pretty obvious when you have them.
Oh, I
Oh my
see.
goodness.
Okay. So I'm looking at one of the photos right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. You see, they're
Yeah,
pretty obvious.
you'll see. Yeah, I got you. And they're primarily here on these ones, and they are really quite clear.
Yeah.
You'll see the doubling on all the way up. and that definitely doesn't have any.
And those are fun. Those are fun sometimes to search for, especially if you have like an OBW roll, because if you can identify like the dies, so if you find a certain die and you know there's no doubling on it, then you can just move along. But sometimes you'll find several in the same roll. So if you find one doubled die, then the odds are, if it's a true OBW roll, that you're going to have a few of them at least. So and they're
Here,
fun.
this-
They're fun, but
This one's ugly.
it's a little spotty. It's got a little doo-doo.
Just ever so slightly.
Hmm. Trying to catch on Ida's tomorrow. Okay, Frank. Good night.
All right, you guys. We'll see you later. I'll talk to you later, Frank. I was about to say bye to everybody. I only meant to say bye to Frank. Like, all right, everybody. Frank's leaving. Bye. No.
Bye. Time to go. Taco John, are which ones scarce? The thumbs? Some of them are. Some of them are not. Ugh.
Yeah, see, this is the one in between those two columns. This is the one that I'm looking for. It's not, I don't have it, but this is the one. It shows up really nicely here.
What is going on at the top of the windows there? Is that normal? I don't know. I don't look at these coins, so I don't know.
What do you
But
mean?
see the tops of the windows? Is that normal? A
I
little.
don't know.
I don't know either.
Because this one almost looks, look at that. Do they have three? See, I think this is, okay, so when you look at these, they're only supposed to have two. This one has three.
They're only supposed to have two. This one has three. Of what?
The column. So when you look at the windows, okay, so here, let me share with you my screen. Hold on just a second. So present, share screen.
I don't know.
Okay, so this is what I'm looking at. So you see how they only have, see how this one is, it's doubled here, and then you have three here. These ones only have two. So
This, oops, sorry, hang on. I got there's three here, and this one has two.
So you
No.
see, if you look at, oh, let me do this. Okay, you see here? But if you look here, they only have two. If you look back at this one, it has three all the way across.
Hmm.
Aren't they only supposed to have, see? Maybe it was just the lighting.
Yeah, I'm not seeing what you're. I'm not seeing it.
Might have just been the lighting. I know it's okay. This is what I'm asking. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Because these
I'm
ones
not
have
seeing
three.
it. I see it, but I see what I was looking at before. The way the lighting was hitting the tops of those
Yeah. they look
windows,
normal
it
this
just was.
direction.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think this is the better angle for this, for the way my lighting is showing. This is the better angle for those. And you can laugh at me. That's okay.
Oh, I'm not laughing at
I'm
you at
not talking
all.
about you. You'll
My
laugh at
my
me later.
grandkids might be
With you.
out there. No, I'm not. I would never. I will never laugh at anybody for honestly searching for stuff and yeah, and being serious and like not. What I laugh at is when people do this and every single coin they look at is something. Oh, look at this one's look at see on the date how you've got some die deterioration on there.
On that
People would be
9,
like, oh, that's a double die, and look how thick that 9 is. Well, that 9 is always thick.
it's even thicker when it's wore down.
It is thicker but there is a nice double die that makes that 9 look incredibly fat. But
Yeah.
I remember when these first came out, I remember myself looking at them and going, God, look at that. That 9 is so thick. But it was the normal thickness. So,
Yeah. The other
but
one was thicker than this one, but that just tells you about the dye state.
but you can see how when he turns it, it makes the appearance changes on the date. Some of those shadows go away, some of the glare and the optical artifact.
Yeah, so when you turn it this way, you can see that little bend in the 9 makes it look a little bit thicker than it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's that. That's what on the 55 they call the poor man's double dye. That's exactly what that is. It's just dye wear. Just dye deterioration. It's like metal spillage. Spillover. Back when I used to drink, I would see more. Me too, David. Funny how that works. So double a lot. Had to close one eye sometimes.
Yeah, see, now like on this view right here, that 9 looks pretty thick. But if I change it back up, it doesn't look so thick now.
Mm-hmm. It's just the lighting.
You know what I want to get? I want to get that 43 that was in my game earlier.
Right? Me too. The big old paddle.
That is such a beautiful coin.
I know. Eric said he has 3 of them. So
Eric
jealous.
does?
Yes, he said
What
he
a
has.
bum.
That's why I said it. Are they for sale? He said no. I
Yeah,
hate
that's
you.
okay. So are you seeing, or is that a strike? I do something. Looking at the very last column.
The very last column.
No, it's not there. It's only there when I look at it a certain way.
Okay.
So you see, here, let me show you what kind of where I'm looking at. So right here, when I move that, you'll see kind of a little line coming off of it. And see what I'm talking about right there?
Yeah, kinda. I do.
And it disappears when I come across. Now, if you look at,
Well, it shouldn't disappear.
but it's not, never mind. It's not in the same spot. It's on a different
It's
column.
moving.
Well, it's in the same spot no matter where I turn it, but it's not on the same one that I'm looking at on the site. I don't know if it's anything.
That
See right
doesn't
there?
mean anything. Just because it isn't listed. Are you looking at all 3 sites? Because Chuck has a lot more listed on his site than any of them.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Wexler's right now.
Chuck has a lot more listings.
I have both of them pulled up on
Okay.
Chuck's.
I think he got a lot of them. I know Jessica was looking at, I know she looked at Formative Years. I don't know if she looked at any of the other ones, but for a long time, like her and her son went through rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls of Formative Years. So I know that he's got a lot of listings, probably from her. But
yeah, the big thing with copper coins is almost all Formative Years.
yeah.
Like looking at, you'll see a few of them that kind of pop in here and there.
Well,
when
and that
you
the reason for that is he probably does not agree with some of these other listings. He
Yeah, that makes
probably thinks they're either too minor for him to list or he doesn't agree with them.
and he says that all the time. If you watch his streams, he's
Mhm.
like, yeah, it's there, but I don't think it's too minor.
Yeah.
And he actually says that all the time. Anybody who's ever listened to his streams knows he says that all the time.
And
It
a
looks like
lot of
it's
these
a
little
little bit of
teeny
something.
nothing in the little window with a little dot. are like, what?
Yeah, the doubled I is the one that I want to learn how to really spot. I miss that. I mean, I'll have a picture up at, I ain't gonna look at that one, it's gross.
A lot of people forget to even look, right? A lot of people forget to even look at the central design or at the eye or at the ear. Oh, there's a big old fingerprint on that puppy.
I would love to be able to identify who that was,
Hello.
you know?
Yeah.
Find out that somebody famous held this coin.
Probably was somebody, a Mint employee. That's David Carlisle's. He said it's his. He recognized it.
That's my thumbprint. Okay, well, I'll blame you. You owe me a new penny.
I just had a discussion with somebody, I want to say it was yesterday, that didn't understand how their Lincoln Cent in still sealed in the Mint set had a fingerprint on it. And it came from the Mint that way. If you've ever seen how they handle coins, Mint sets especially are not particularly handled with a
Grace
lot of
and
care. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the coins in general, really the only person that wears gloves is the person inspecting that picks up like a handful of them and just inspects a handful of them. That's the only person at the Mint that really wears gloves. And
Well,
all
and
the proof
people who
sets
deal
are
with
all
proof coins,
but those are all packaged by robot. Human hands do not touch those. Did you
all
know
the proof
that?
coins.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Those are all packaged by robots.
Body.
There may be somebody, some quality control person that may pick up one or two here and there and look at them just to make sure that the dies are not busted or but for the most part, those proof sets are all packaged by robots. There's a video. The US Mint has a video out on how they do it. It's crazy.
I hate spots.
I hate zinc cents.
Yeah, I would much rather look at copper cents. They're much easier to look at.
Amanda really hates them because she found a double die with it just totally eaten up by zinc rot. It's terrible. Terrible.
Like a really nice double die.
Like in 1995,
Oh, bummer.
the big one.
Yeah, I haven't checked on it in a while, so it may be completely gone by now.
It may not even be there. It's just dust in a flip.
You have. Well, could you imagine in a slab?
Oh my gosh.
And then you
It's
go
just
back and it's just penny dust.
right. Oh my, like that cricket. When they first slabbed that cricket, its head was attached. Now its head is totally detached. It's floating around in the slab.
I
Oh
still
my
don't
goodness.
understand the whole concept of why they did that.
Well, so at PCGS, here's how the story goes, all of you. At PCGS, there was a cricket that was chirping and driving everybody batty. So when they finally caught it, they encapsulated it and solved their problem. Solved that problem. Yeah. So they couldn't find it it took forever. They finally found it and just stuck it in a slab. And it's worth thousands of dollars now. Can't remember what it sold for, but I think it was like $10,000 or something.
That's crazy.
Right? I know.
Okay, so this is the stuff that,
PCGS would encapsulate a fart if they could.
well, I'm sure somebody's already tried
They
that.
can make money off of it. Oh my goodness. Ventress Gibson's the new Mint director. Here,
They have
Andrew.
such a hard time understanding what the doubled I.
It's just a doubled I. It's just an extra I. That's normal. The key is to study the normal design, what it normally looks like, and then you'll know when there's any difference. I was searching for a word there and I couldn't find it. If someone pays them, they will. They sure will. Yep, send my gas for grading. It's true. They will. Oh my gosh, the money grab is just getting ridiculous. I really hope that Annex does not get on the stupid money grab train that PCGS and NGC are on right now with all their what is it called? Brakes, ultra brakes, and vault box and all that crap. I don't know. I bought a vault box. I shouldn't talk, but I bought the cheaper one, and that had like numismatic coins. The possibility of getting something.
I think the first one was just another scam.
The first one was garbage. The second one, I think it was was it the second one I got? The first one, the second one I think was the one with the numismatics. That's the one I got. Was it? I don't remember. Anyway, I got the one with numismatics. This last one was garbage. It was just Morgans and Peace Dollars and ASEs, and that's it. It was garbage. But the real garbage is the PCGS Ultra Breaks, where your chance of you might get a gold label. All the coins are exactly the same, but there's a chance you could get a gold label or a holographic label. That's the real ripoff. It's a shame. It's a shame.
I don't see the allure of spending money. Now, granted, it's a gamble, right? You're taking a chance on doing that. But when you look at a majority of these things and you're seeing that you're losing on average 40 to 50 bucks, like almost everybody's losing 40 to 50 bucks. I think I've watched probably 25 or 30 videos, and I'm talking of people that I know.
Yeah.
And seen maybe one get a coin that was worth more than what they paid for.
Well, I sold mine for more than what I paid for, and it was a pretty common Morgan. People like the vault box slabs.
Okay.
So, but I know, but you're right. There were a lot of them that were. There's no way the person would get back with even selling it for a premium with the slab, with the vault box slab or whatever. It still wouldn't have. They may have got $100 out of it. No, they had some 95 double dies. But I did it for the numismatic one, just because there was so many unbelievable numismatic coins that there's no way I would ever be able to really just outright buy, that I had a chance of getting. So
yeah,
for the chance of with the possibility of me maybe losing $100 for the chance to get that, I was willing to take that chance for those. Yeah, I was. But I'll tell you, PCGS and NGC, their bread and butter, their meat and potatoes are the old school collectors. Even the newer collectors who are all about numismatics and stuff like that, they're risking losing that demographic to go for the younger, like card collectors and stuff. They're risking losing their meat and potatoes to try to bring in this younger generation. And I think they're making a big mistake. Yeah, I think they're making a big mistake because Annex is up and coming. They're starting to get more more respect than I have seen them have for, since I've been collecting. And CAC is going to give them a run for their money.
All right,
So they need to be
so
careful. They need
we
to be
have
careful.
something here. It is right next to the book. And it's there in the palm of his hand. And right there by the
Oh,
book.
whoa, I can't go.
Huh?
I'm looking at, so I have a delay because I'm looking at my tablet and I'm like, hold the coin still. But, what are you looking at?
So right there, you can see it a little bit better. Right here. Oops. Maybe too close. Right there.
I think that is a stain on the coin.
You think so?
Pull it up and look through your loop. I think that might be.
The loop. The loop. The loop always tells. Oh, damn
I
it.
don't think that is doubling.
I can't see that small, tiny, itty bitty thing. Oop, I just tore my cloth.
Bitty bitty teeny me. Eric says, look at WDDR030. I'm not on Wexler's, Eric. Like I said, I can't.
I don't think it's a stain.
Okay, you can see it better than I can. I'm looking at through my phone. So you go with what you can see, and I'm sure other people are probably looking through a bigger screen too. Can you zoom in on it a little bit?
Yeah, just a minute.
Let's see, double die.
The only problem I have is when I zoom in,
2009.
I have to be careful with.
Years.
Oops, I just knocked the
Reverse double,
lighting out.
and that's not a Denver or San Francisco, right? Okay.
It's out. Damn it. Where'd it go?
What did he say? 030. Oh, I see what he's. I see what you're seeing on. I see what Eric's seeing.
No, maybe it is a stain.
But I'm not seeing that on his, Eric.
See, no, it may not be, because what I'm looking at is.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that on yours.
So you see the thumb right in between the thumb and the first knuckle of the hand?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about. But you see it's right.
Yeah, I don't see
there.
any.
It may not be.
Yeah, that's not that, Eric.
No.
It's not 030.
No, it's not. All right. Well, so much for that one. Let me zoom back out because it's not good to look at the dates this big.
Yeah, it's not quite right. But that's how it's done, folks. When you're looking to attribute to coin.
I'm going to be wrapping this up here in just a second. We've been on for an hour. I've looked through about a roll.
Well, I sure had fun hanging out with you, Amanda. I'm glad you came up. I wish you wouldn't have talked so much, though. But that's a problem.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on that.
Okay, work on that.
Yeah, we will deal with that sometime. I would like to have found one.
I wish you would have found one too, and you probably will find one as soon as we go off.
Well, no, because as soon as I go off, I'm going to go contact a guy and help him walk through some stuff with editing.
Oh, nice. That's awfully nice of you.
Okay, well,
I always enjoy hanging out with you. You guys have a great night. I hope I see you tomorrow night on our show.
I definitely would be there.
All right, thanks. Bye, Amanda.
All right, ladies and gents, thanks for coming up. Amanda, good seeing you. Thank you for coming up.
Yeah.
I appreciate
See you later.
We'll see you tomorrow evening. All right, folks, we have a good one. Sorry I didn't find anything. I'll try to get my lighting set a little bit better. I'll probably dig through these next time, sort them out, see if I can't find the formative years, kind of pull out some of the easier ones to look at, because clearly the professional series is not really conducive to finding a lot of stuff. So I'll try to find some better ones, see if we can do that. But folks, I appreciate you joining me. Thanks for spending time with me this evening. I will see you tomorrow in the stream. I'll probably be at Ida's. And remember, if you're at Ida's Wednesday, I'll be hosting Ida's show Wednesday morning. So you'll see me there as well. All right, folks, be well, be blessed. Have a good night. And we will talk a lot better. Talk a lot later. I'm tired. We'll see ya.